All right, let's talk about it. $7,700 in one day trading with propfirm.algo. $7,700 in one day. Well, technically, one was when I was sleeping over the night. So yes, you could even make money in your sleep. I'm gonna show you guys 5 different trades that I did. I had some positions, some limit orders, and I'm gonna show you how you can make limit orders with automatic calculation. Lot sizes that equal 1% in your sleep with the new dashboard 2.2, which is coming out. I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video. So stick around, I'm gonna show you how to auto calculate your lot with limit orders using the dashboard 2.2 and when it's coming out. So let's go ahead and dive into it. $7,700 trading using propfirm.algo. All right, so the very first trade we're gonna go over is XAU/USD, where I lost $231. But before I go ahead and show you these setups, I want you to take note and realize that my wins are much greater than my losses. So we have a 231 loss and a $8 loss, but look, 1,600 profit, another 1,700 profit. This is because it's very important to have good risk to reward. And with the new dashboard 2.2, you can have an automatic risk to reward using the auto button feature. And I'm going to show you later in this video how you can have an automatic risk to reward, which is going to be available only for lifetime members. We're really excited for the lifetime members that are going to get first access to this dashboard when it comes out. So stick around. So let's go ahead and find this setup. All right, so this is the first trade that I had, XAU/USD 1860, and you could see 1860.99. It's the same setup, and I entered at the 15-minute. Unfortunately, I had my stops way too close. So my stop loss was way too close. It was about a 24 pip stop loss. I could have had a little bit bigger stop loss, and I still would have had a favorable risk to reward. It went into profit 138 pips or 1,386 points. Beautiful setup. But yeah, I was in my sleep, knocked out, and that's what happened. Now for the next trade where I made $1,639 in my sleep. Who doesn't like to wake up to profit? Come on. So let's go ahead and show you the US30 trade. All right, so the US30 trade, and for this example, I'm just gonna use the new dashboard and show lines and just type it in because this is just much easier to find the stop loss and entry. So the stop loss here was 3370. 3.88, hit enter, and here it is, 33703.88, 33703.88. This is the stop loss, and it came extremely close, super close to my stop loss. I was entering on the 30-minute. I really wish that I would have entered way back here because that move is 65,117 points. Crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. But no, I didn't. I entered right here. This was the setup that I had, this buy signal right here. So TP, guys, we're gonna just find it right here, and it is 3382.0.19. Hit enter, and it was right about here. This was my exit point, and this was the entry that I did on US30. So I had a stop loss of about 362 pips and a take profit of about 799 pips. An amazing setup. I was really happy to wake up and see this trade smack take profit. All right, so now let's talk about trade number 3, and it's Great British Pound CHF, where I made $1,704. Absolutely beautiful setup. Here it is, the 4-hour setup. Great British Pound CHF. Loved this trade. This trade was a very nice one, and I actually had my limit order set up. So I set my limit order, I went to sleep, and woke up with profits. So this is how easy it is to create a limit order to equal a set percentage. If you want to risk 1%, 2%, 3%, 0.5%, 0.1%, this is how you do it. Right here, the first thing you're going to do is show your lines. You're going to click show lines and be able to select what type of order you want this limit to be. In this case, we're going to choose sell right here, and then we're going to click limit. Now I have my limit entry, and this is what I did right before going to sleep, and it played out beautifully. Let's find the exact values. We're going to start off with setting our stop loss, which is right here, and the stop loss value I had was 1.11459. So this is where I had my stop loss, and we had the final TP at 1.10905 right here. And this was the setup. And in this particular setup, I decided to have a risk to reward that was a little greater than 1-to-1. Why? Well, let's take a look at where the previous high was on the chart. Looking at the chart, we could clearly see that the previous high or the pivot point was right here. And in this area, you find rejection, 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 and a bunch of wicks. So I had my stop loss right behind the wicks just in case price came back to this previous high and then followed through, which was also the B institutional entry line. The B institutional entry line is the B line right here. But in this setup, it didn't even go 4 pips and draw down and straight to my take profit. Pretty awesome setup, and it's really cool that you can make limit orders just with a click of a button. Press sell, and now boom, I have my limit order. And check this out. I have 1% risk right here, and my stop loss now is 1% of my account. Really, really cool stuff. One click of a button and boom, now I have my stop loss and take profit with the correct lot size to equal 1% risk. And now let's talk about trade number 4. Back on the XAU chart right here, this was the trade that I was in, and XAU USD, I entered on the 15-minute, and unfortunately I did close out at a loss, $8, when I could have made a nice little profit here. And the reason why I closed out this trade at an $8 loss was because
good afternoon, everyone.
I saw the news coming out, and I'm like, well, let me go ahead and close my positions before this whole thing goes haywire. And yeah, I don't really like to typically trade during the news, so I closed out my trade. Yeah, I could have held it and been in profit, but sometimes you don't get as lucky. The news could just make the chart go anywhere. So yeah, I decided to wait after the news to enter, and I decided to just focus on US 30. So that brings me down to the last and final trade number 5, which was a span of different positions, but I say one trade because it's just one pair. US 30, this is where we made $3,881 in one trade, guys. One trade, beautiful setup. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. Okay, but in this one, I'm going to show you in trading view. So this is the setup that I did on the 30-second. Yes, I know 30-second is crazy. Entry price is 33669.0. Then hit OK. Right here, that was the entry. I entered right here a second time on US 30. The first one where I won $12.68, which was a little bit too early for me, and I wasn't really comfortable with trading during the news, so I ended up just closing that out alongside with the XAU trade. But this one is the $726 win right here, the very first position after the news had already came out. So I entered right at the very first retest. Right here, it came so close to the entry point, but it did not populate a signal. Look how close. And just take a look at the 30-second. This is why I love trading the 30-second on US 30. If you understand top-down analysis and always look at the higher time frame. Don't just trade on the 30-second hoping to get a crazy trade when you don't understand the higher time frame. Always look at the higher time frame, guys. But yeah, let's look at the entry point. These are the institutional entry lines, and it came just so close to the entry, and I decided, well, you know what? I'm in there, and I decided to go in. That's right. That's the entry point. Straight into profit, guys. Straight into profit. It was just beautiful setup. Really, really awesome to see. And it would have gave you another entry right here. It could have entered again on the 30-second and straight into profit a second time. But I didn't. I waited for another setup, and that is the big boy win right here. We're going to talk about the big boy win. You know what? Actually, I'm going to show you this screen recording live because I actually screen recorded the whole entire thing. Let's watch it. Alright guys, so I just had this buy signal on US 30. Currently up about $500, $600. Here's trading view. Same exact setup. Now let's see how this turns out. Looks like we're going to get a second buy signal right here. I'm using the Risk Manager 2.2 of propfirm.algo, where I can mitigate my risk, auto-calculate my lot size. I have my first position right here, which was a 0.25 risk, and then I have my second position there, which is a 1% risk. So if I wanted to risk, let's say 0.5%, I could simply click here and just type in 0.5. Once I have 0.5 done, another thing that I could do here is create a limit order by showing my stop loss line right here, show my TP line here, and then create my limit order. So now I have 3 lines on the chart. I'm just going to drag my TP line, let's say here. I'm going to say my stop loss line, just for an example, would be at the same stop loss, and now I'm dragging my limit order line. This is where the limit order will activate. You see it says entry right there. Now, if I click, let's say buy, for instance, it's going to automatically create a limit order. So now if I scroll down, you're going to see that limit order right here. And this limit order is a 63 lot automatically with a 0.5% stop loss. So I'm risking 0.5% if price comes to right here. But I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this limit order, and we're just going to let price play out and see how this trade does in a couple minutes. We just had a new buy signal right there. Let's see how this plays out. All right, so now we're breaking over 1,400, almost 1,500 in profit for the day. We're struggling to break above this resistance. You could see it right here. And this is how it's looking like on TradingView. Let's just see if we continue to have a push. If it breaks this resistance, then it's most likely going to hit our final TP, which is right here. And once it does break over this resistance, I'm going to go right to the dashboard, select my trade number 2, and now it's saying, hey, here's my trade number 2, which is my second entry, and then place my stop in profit. So then it becomes a risk-free trade. But I'm going to do that once it breaks above that area. And here's everyone who's passed Forex challenges with this algorithm. And if you guys want free signals, check out the Discord. It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. You'll get access to a bunch of free signals. And then of course we have the paid membership, buying, sell signals, all in the Discord. So sign up today, guys, to propfirm.algo.com before the prices go up upon launch of the 2.2 dashboard. All right, so we're finally pushing 1,700, almost 1,900. We're still failing to break above this resistance. Once it breaks over the resistance, that's when I'll go ahead and activate my stop and profit by selecting my trade number 2 and simply clicking one button, and it's going to do it right there, one button click. So let's go ahead and wait to have a clean break over this resistance and make this into a risk-free trade. All right, so we've reached $2,000 in profit. We're up a nice number of pips, which, by the way, the pip counter is a feature for lifetime members with the propfirm Risk Manager 2.2. So clearly we've had a break above. Now you're gonna see how I, one click of a button, put my stop in profit. This is for trade number 1, which we've already had as a risk-free trade. I'm going to select trade number 2, and now I'm going to choose stop in profit. Once I click this, you're going to see the stop be placed into profit by 22 points. We could change how many points we want to have the stop in profit by simply clicking here, and in this case I have 22. So let's go ahead and one click of a button, press stop in profit. Boom, risk-free trade, stop is in profit, and now we're just gonna let this ride. So now we're up 4,400, 4,600 for the day, waiting for price to hit the final TP, and all thanks to these signals right here. So again, this is the MetaTrader signals for those who like to trade on MetaTrader, which I highly advise, because then you get to use this whole entire dashboard if you're a lifetime member, which this thing comes out November, and then you have the TradingView setup as well. All right, so price is starting to reject. We have a bearish engulfing right there, and I drew on the 30-minute this resistance line right here. So I think I'm just going to close out this trade. We have about less than an hour to market close for the day. We're up about almost 2,000 pips and a nice 4,700, 4,600 in profit, almost 5 grand. So I'm just going to close out trade number 1 and close out the next trade. Done. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful wins for the day. All right, guys, so there you have it. That was the real life market scenario where you can clearly see how I made $7,700 for the day trading using propfirm.algo. And now it's time to tell you when the dashboard 2.2 is coming out. Drum roll. It's coming out November. It's coming out. So you want to hurry up and get your lifetime memberships because this is going to be a lifetime members only update. And once it comes out upon launch, all the discounts are ending. So if you want to lock in your price at a historical low, you better sign up now before it's too late and then prices are higher and then you're begging to get a discount. And yeah, don't do that. You definitely don't want to do that, guys. Just sign up now when you have a chance and get it at the price where it is now. And if you want an extra 5% off, use the code ENOKIAN5. ENOKIAN5 is going to give you 5% off on the lifetime membership, which is going to give you access to this dashboard upon release in November. Really awesome stuff. So excited to show you guys all of this. I'm really happy to be a lifetime member of propfirm.algo, and I just love their software. I just love their tools. I love the functionality. I love the intuitive thought behind the algorithm. It's just one of a kind, the best, the absolute best in the market. And I've been using so many BS indicators out there, just wasted a bunch of time. There's nothing like this out there, and I'm just so happy to be a lifetime member. So that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this video. And if you like this video, please do like and subscribe. It's absolutely free for you, free for everyone, and it helps to get this video out there. The support means a lot, and it gives me motivation to continue to make these free videos for you guys. Well, that's all. ENOKIAN, half of Agua Bros, trading with propfirm.algo. I'm out.